Hey, what is going on, you guys? Today we're going to be looking at a Starfield video, and we're going to be showing you the 7 most OP weapons you need to find early. These are must-haves. Let's check it out. The first one is going to be the legendary pistol, Keelhauler. This is one of the best pistols in the game single-handedly, whether it's early game or mid-game, and you can get this very early on in the game. It's very, very amazing. It has extreme range, deals a ton of damage to enemies, can basically two-shot people from pretty far away. It has a long barrel compensator and the fully automatic mod, making it an extremely good weapon. So whether you're close, far away, you can basically just snipe people with this pistol. You can hip fire amazing with it. It's just overall one of the best weapons early game, and you get tons and tons of ammo for it from vendors in the world in general. The first thing you're going to have to do is go on the UC Vanguard questline. To do this, all you have to do early on in the game, which you will basically be forced to do anyways, is go to the Alpha Centauri system and then go to Jemison, where the main storyline will kick off. Sarah Morgan will then walk you past the UC Vanguard station, where you can then join the Vanguard and go through a couple missions. You'll eventually get this deep cover mission. This is going to be to basically infiltrate the Crimson Fleet. You'll be sent to the UC Vigilance to board the ship, and once you take on that part of the quest, they'll then send you over to the Crick system, which you can then go to the Key, which is the Crimson Fleet stronghold. Keep in mind, if you don't do this via this quest, you will have to fight off a ton of ships here, and it will be pretty difficult. But this quest, as long as you follow the UC Vanguard questline, is just a couple quests in and very easy to get to. Once you get to the Key, you'll talk to Delgado, which is the head of the Crimson Fleet basically, and he'll give you this Echoes of the Past quest. Once you've completed it, come back to him, talk to him, and he just gives you the Keelhauler straight off the rip. It's super easy to find, super easy to get, just requires a couple quests. You then have a legendary pistol that will carry you pretty much through the early and mid game easily. Our next weapon is going to be the Hunterwulf. Now, this is one of my favorite assault rifles in the game by far for a couple of reasons. It's very accurate, and it has burst fire, and it just deals out a ton of damage, whether it's regular enemies or bosses. You can be super accurate with this thing because it has the scope on it, and it just lets you basically stand at a distance or even get up close and hip fire. You can see the hip fire reticle there is basically exactly on, so you can hip fire since it has the laser on it and basically just triple dink headshot these guys and they float away. So you can also get ammo again pretty easily from vendors. You can see early on I even have over 300 ammo. Super easy to get ammo for, and you can get this super early in Starfield. Again, this is going to be a follow-up to the last weapon, mainly because it involves getting to the Key. So if you can get here, again, you can get the original pistol that we just discussed. But even before you get the pistol, as long as you get here, you can just simply follow the path. As soon as you enter the Key, you can walk right over here to one of the vendors. This is going to be Zuri's Essentials. You can talk to Zuri herself. You can ask her to trade, and she will actually have the Hunterwulf assault rifle in her vendor shop to be able to buy. It's only 15,000 credits, so it's really not that expensive and totally worth it early game. The next weapon we have is the Ashta Tamer. This is one of the better weapons for big groups and being able to just annihilate people pretty easily. It's essentially a handheld shotgun, but it shoots out basically like a grenade launcher. So you can see when you open the door here, you can just blast into any enemy that you want. This is essentially a great weapon for once you get farther on in the storyline. You start coming across big groups of enemies that are all grouped up together in pretty tight spaces, and they just essentially will rush you or something like this. This is the perfect weapon. You can find this weapon in the Cheyenne system, and this will be located on the planet of Aquila. This is the planet where the Freestar Collective is. This is essentially where you will become a space cowboy and meet Sam. You can miss this weapon if you're not paying attention. However, it always, I believe, is accessible to find if you did miss it earlier. You're going to get a quest to go to the Empty Nest once you do a couple quests here. And once you go here, you'll find a cave. Once you get to this gate in the cave towards the very entrance, you can turn around and open up this box. The Ashta Tamer will be located directly inside of it. That's as easy as it gets. Next is going to be the 5th weapon on our list, and this will actually be found at the Alpha Centauri system again. Once again in Jemison. It's very, very easy to get. Now, since we need a shotgun pretty early on, this is a very easy shotgun that you can get that's super, super easy to obtain. It's great. It has a ton of mods on it, long barrel laser sight, and is great. It's a very quick shotgun, and you can do a lot of damage with this thing. You can see here just with the Rapidshot, it's what it says it is, Rapidshot. You can do a lot of damage in quick succession with this, and do a ton of damage as well, since it's pretty accurate with the long barrel attachment and the laser sight for hip fire. Now all you have to do is go to Jemison. Once you go to the transit, all you have to do is select to go to the commercial district. You can see here there's a sign right as you step off the thing that says the UC Distribution Center. All you have to do is walk over to this building, which is again the UC Distribution Center, and go inside. Once you go inside, you'll find a merchant here. You can just simply talk to her, and she actually has 2 weapons of interest, one being the N67 Smart Gun, but we'll show you how to get a minigun a little bit later in this video very easily. And then the Rapidshot, this is that shotgun I discussed, 100% must use. The next weapon is going to be the minigun, like I just mentioned, or the Microgun as it's called in Starfield. You can buy one from the previous vendor, but you can get 1 or 2 of them actually for free, extremely easy. You can use this yourself, even though it runs out of ammo very quickly, just because of the massive amount of ammo that you shoot out of it, just because it's a minigun, right? So essentially this is a great weapon for boss fights or big groups of enemies, or even better, you can actually give it to your companion, and your companion will use it. And since your companion isn't limited by ammo, they can essentially pull it out and use it whenever they want. All you have to do is go again to Jemison like we had on the last weapon, the same exact planet in the Alpha Centauri system. Find the UC Vanguard headquarters and go down to the NAT station. Once you go down here, you'll see an elevator towards the left. All you have to do is go down into the well. Once you get to the well, you just simply walk straight all the way down the hallway as far as you can go, and there will be a vendor shop right here on the left. You'll see a lady standing outside, and you can walk in and close the door. Most of the time there's no patrons in here. And then there's a case on his desk that contains the microgun and ammo. All you have to do is wait until he sits down, crouch behind the case, and then just hide behind it and steal the microgun this way. It's super easy to obtain. I believe there's actually another one in here in this weapons case that you can steal. All you have to do is wait until he's not looking and use the cover there. There's also a trick here where if you do want stuff on the walls, you can actually get a knife out and start knifing the stuff on the walls to knock it down to the ground and just steal it off the ground, since there's a lot of cover from the desks. However, if you knock something off and there's not a lot of cover, you can even use this trick. You can go in the back room and grab a ladder or another object back here, open the door, and use the ladder to essentially push items that you found on the ground into the back room to steal them. Our next weapon is going to be the hunting rifle. Even though this is just a regular hunting rifle, this is one of the better weapons and is super useful in Starfield. Even if you get a regular one, having it for long distance is going to be super good, because it deals actually a ton of damage to enemies, especially if you headshot them and combine that with sneak attack, so you can sneak attack them and basically shoot them once with this and almost kill every enemy at the early stages of the game in one shot. Very useful to have, whether it's regular or until you find another one. This is obtained again on Jemison in the well just next to the microgun. So if you look right next to the microgun, there's this old earth hunting rifle on the table. You can simply just steal it like you stole the microgun, and you have a full arsenal of 7 early OP weapons that you can definitely use to your advantage until you find better ones. If this helped you find a weapon that you didn't already have, make sure to like the video, check out one of these Starfield videos on the left or the right, and subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys.